Hello, good evening, and welcome to Thingamajigs Racing Channel. We are here to celebrate round 9 of the Over the Hill Racing conglomerates and their Manufacturers Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been an absolutely thrilling championship so far this season. It has absolutely slapped. I can't hear me because I'm turned right down. There you go. Now I can hear me, so I know it's working. So yes, we're at round 9. It's the Manufacturers Cup for the Over the Hill Racing guys. They all picked a manufacturer at the beginning of the season, and then alternatively they swap between the Group 3 and the Group 4 cars. In the Group 4 cars, they do 3 sprint races on medium tyres, and in the Group 3 cars, they do an endurance race, mixing the tyres up. But this week, ladies and gentlemen, we're in the Group 4, and we are doing 3 sprint races around Trial Mountain. Absolutely banging. It's going to be fantastic. The Carbon is in the chat. Big up, Carbon Dwarf. How are you, bad boy? And so let me get through the championship. And the top 6 in the championship can only qualify on the racing hard tyres in qualifying, which mixes it up a little bit. I quite like it. I haven't seen any other leagues do something like that, so it's been an interesting twist. At the top of your championship then, ladies and gentlemen, it is Amtrak. I believe he is donning the Porsche, and he's on 136 points. In second is Pigsy in the Ferrari on 119 points. Duffman is third in the Mercedes on 104 points, with Buggy fourth in the Lexus, I want to say, on 93 points. We've got Daniel LaRusso in fifth on 82 points. He's in the Honda. Matteo in sixth. You know what? I haven't seen Matteo for a while. It was only last round, it seems, but it feels like forever. I'm having that syndrome where you're missing people. He's on 78 points. Sorry, I'll remind you, Daniel LaRusso's on 82 points. 78 points for Matteo in the Alfa Romeo. Kilroy is in joint 7th with 63 points, with Flinch in also 7th on 63 points. That is the battle of the Ferraris, ladies and gentlemen, betwixt the Kilroy and the Full Inch. Medium GT is 9th on 61 points, only 2 points behind those guys. He's going to be looking to make a huge jump up into the mid-pack of the table. Oban in the Renault in 10th on 57 points, not that far behind the Nissan driver of medium. Roods is 11th on 48 points. Then we have John T in 12th on 46 points, missing the last 2 rounds because he had to have a holiday. And then we have Upper Million in 13th on 42 points. He's missed a fair few rounds now. Orgasmic Cry 14th on 38 points. And then we have the Gaz in 15th, and he's missed the last 2 rounds at least on 22 points. In fact, he's only done 3 of the 8 rounds that we have done so far. So trailing behind for the Gaz. He's got a lot of ground to make up. And don't forget, those top 6 all had to qualify on the hard tyres. And the dwarf saying, warm you. I'm not too bad, you know, man. I'm all right. It's quite cool here with the way the sun lies around our house. We don't get the heat until later in the afternoon when it goes over and through the back. Then our house starts to get real hot, but it's not too. It's quite cool in the mornings. So who was it up to 6th? So it would have been Amtrak, Pigsy, Duffman, Buggy, Daniel LaRusso, and Matteo, all having to qualify on those hard tyres. So let's have a look at the grid and how they lined up with their Group 4 cars around Trial Mountain. This is absolutely exciting stuff, ladies and gents. Hold on to your hats. On pole position then, we have the Porsche of Gaz. The Gaz has returned, ladies and gentlemen. He is back, he is bad, and he is here for the wins. So let's hear it for the Gaz, ladies and gents. In second place then, we have the Full Inch late. Wow, that's a big gap between Gaz and what sort of rolling start is that, Kaz? Jesus, they'll give you half a second for putting a millimetre over the line, but they'll give the leader 6 car lengths, 7 car lengths even. Look at all these lot all bunched up. The gas is away. So the full inch in second, in the Ferrari. In third, the Widowmaker is back, ladies and gentlemen. Jonty, third on the grid, and he is looking for a win today. He wants to put the allegations that car is trying to kill him to rest. He is going to prove that the Widowmaker can make it around the whole race without dive bombing a barrier somewhere. There we go. Look at that. Fourth, Oban in the Renault. He is on an all-out mission to prove me wrong that Renault is absolutely dog turd. And he's doing a good job of it, because 4th place, and he's got a couple of results along the way this season. But on a whole, that Renault has pretty much let him down. But 4th on the grid, what can the Oban do with that today in a beautiful Carlsberg livery? Medium GT giving it full medium effort in 5th place there in the Nissan. And he needs to get some results, as he's tying with... who was it he was tying with? I can't remember now. Oh no, he's behind. No, he's behind, isn't he? The full inch and Kilroy are tying, and he's just behind them. So he wants to make points up on them. And at the moment, full inch is right up there. That's 2 qualifying sessions that Flinch has had. That's been absolutely banging. Where are we now? 6th place then, championship leader Kilroy. Yeah, Amtrak. In the little Porsche there. He had to qualify on hard tyres, remember, so 6th place is the best that Amtrak could do around the mountain. Then in 7th place, his closest contender in the championship, it's Pigsy, ladies and gents. There's only one Nifty. Yeah, that's Nifty's profile picture as well. Yeah, there's been news, ladies and gentlemen. I'll catch you up. I don't know when. I'll try and fit it in somewhere. It doesn't really... It makes no difference to us, I suppose, or I've been told it shouldn't make any difference to us and you, the guys who sit there and chill and watch. But there's going to be a whole change in the order of things with the O.T.H racing conglomerates. They're disbanding, ladies and gentlemen. Musical differences, apparently. They're breaking up the band. So, there's a new group being born from the old group. So it's going to be the same racing, different name. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's always sad. It's always sad when a league either closes its door or slows down altogether or whatever they're going to do. I don't know. It's not absolutely finishing, but it's just taking a break. So, and in the meantime, there's another group growing like a butterfly in a chrysalis. So think of O.T.H as the caterpillar, and it's going through a chrysalis at the moment. This is all I learned this in middle school, and then it's going to come out as a beautiful butterfly. So just watch this space. But that's Pigsy then in 7th place with a lovely Homo to Nifty. Get a room, boys. So I'm getting distracted. 8th is the Honda of Danny LaRusso. He is moving up that table, lickety split, ladies and gents, and he's slowing down for no man. Mr. Miyagi backing him all the way through the pack. Then we have in 9th place the McShadies of Orgasmic Cry. And that car, quite a handful. We saw him having big races last round. And let's see if he can insert himself anywhere around here today. Then we have Duffman in 10th place in the other McShady. And he had to qualify on the hard tyres. And 10th is the best he could do on those low grip tyres. In 11th, ladies and gentlemen, it's Kilroy back from his break and looking to tear Schnizzle up, I am sure. And then in 12th place in the shadows, ladies and gentlemen. It's our man Rudes, the Corvette. So close on its last appearance. But starting from the back this time around, Trial Mountain might not be the best track for the Corvette. So then, ladies and gentlemen, there are runners, there are riders, and they are our pro sim racers. And we are getting ourselves set to go. Brace yourselves. It's time to go. Gaz then leading them away, a 15-minute race around Trial Mountain in the Group 4 machinery. And it's not as big as a gap as it was. So the Gaz then pulls away. It's still quite a gap, though, I've got to say. Shenanigans. The full inch then goes ahead of the Jonty. Jonty being chased by Oban as they hurl themselves up to a very fast first corner. All of them just flying through it. No issues so far as they make it through nice and clean. Orgasmic Cry there ahead of the Duffman, Kilroy, and then the Rude. So Gaz leads them away. Full inch is in second, but the Jonty is all up and about his business. It's Italian Stallion on Italian Stallion, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Ferrari against Ferrari, and they are going at it now as the Flinch pulls in to the apex, and it looked like Jonty went a little wide around that one. Oban is starting to be pressured by the Medium GT as Medium GT feels the pressure from the Porsche behind of Amtrak, but Pigsy's closing in, but nothing like Daniel LaRusso. Daniel LaRusso right on the tail derriere of Pigsy there, as they're all getting a bit of a slip through the tunnel. And who's ahead of all of that? Who's going to be on the lucky end of it? It's Oban. Medium going for a move as Amtrak feels the pressure from Pigsy. No. Yeah, I thought Pigsy had pulled out. Daniel LaRusso coming through as well. And here we go then. So what's that going? Medium GT stays ahead of Oban, but they're very close. They're running a train on that bad boy with Pigsy in 7th. Daniel LaRusso there on the tail end of it in 8th. The two McShadys backing them up with Kilroy in the Ferrari, and then the Rudes in 12th. Gaz still leads, but the Flinch is coming, and Jonty's coming with him. Then a small gap, and then we've got Medium with Oban all up and about his business. Oban wanting to get by because he's feeling the pinch now, ladies and gentlemen. And Medium there still regains the ahead, and now we've got Pigsy and Amtrak squabbling they are. Pigsy just ahead of Amtrak. This is a championship battle down here for 6th and 7th, and the Oban is just hoping that they just slow each other down whilst they fight each other, and the cars screeching through these fast sections of corners here at Trial Mountain as Oban clings on to that 5th place ahead of the Pigsy. Medium GT looking like he's struggling to get the Nissan in and around the corner. He's wide, with Oban having a small sniff at the Nissan. The Nissan looking heavy in the corners, ladies and gentlemen, and Oban looking more nimble in his Renault. Pigsy as well, quite nimble in the Ferrari, and the Cayman looking rather nimble as well. The Gaz in the Porsche is leading the way. Flinch now with half a second penalty, and Jonty does not have half a second penalty, and that means Flinch is in deep poo at the moment, with Jonty coming on strong in the Ferrari, closing in on the slipstream, and Jonty just waiting for the full inch to pay that penalty. Having a look up the inside there, Medium GT still clinging on to that 4th place against the Oban. He's pulled a bit of space out, but Pigsy's pulled a move up the inside of Oban, and Pigsy now free to go and attack the Nissan as Oban has a little look, but I don't know if he's got the balls in that Renault to go up against the Ferrari. A very nimble beast, the Ferrari, except very, very sketchy in the corners. Medium GT in 4th, Jonty in 3rd, trying to work on this other Ferrari that's just about to pay half a second penalty, and the job's going to be done for Jonty as he waits for the penalty system. It's on the start straight, and there we go. Flinch pulls away to pay his penalty, and Jonty is through, ladies and gentlemen. Jonty up to second to try and chase down that Porsche that has absolutely dipped, it has to be said. Medium GT's got Flinch as well. The half a second penalty really hurting Flinch there for 2 positions, and Pigsy's coming in strong as well. Pigsy already getting past the Renault. I think we saw that though, did we not? I don't remember. Oban then in 6th with Amtrak in his Porsche there, but Amtrak's got his own issues with Danny LaRusso all up and about him. And Danny LaRusso fancies doing some damage here to Amtrak's championship chances. Amtrak trying to get a move done on the Flinch. Flinch there has been burnt by Pigsy and now Amtrak. Flinch, he's got his wiper blades deployed. I don't understand how he's falling like Jesus, I won't say what came into my head. Dude, like, don't cancel me. But this is how dark and weird my brain is when I said he's falling like a victim from the 9/11 World Trade Center. That's how dark it is in there. But I stopped myself and I didn't say it. So, bully to me? Possibly, I'm not sure. Flinch though, he is in the thick of it at the moment with Daniel LaRusso all up and about his business underneath his rear wing, and Amtrak is through and chasing down the Pigsy, who's now up into 4th. Medium GT in 3rd place with Jonty in 2nd. Jonty unable to close in on the Gaz. The Gaz has absolutely dipped today. He is not playing. So Jonty chasing him down, holding on to the tarmac with dear life in that Ferrari, because we know she could change her mind mid-corner at any time. Medium GT up to 3rd now with the fall of full inch, and he has the wiper blades deployed, ladies and gentlemen. Amtrak should fear what can come from behind, but Daniel LaRusso has got business up at the other end of this pack, and he's going to be wanting to get himself by Flinch any second now. Duffman's got himself ahead of his fellow McShady's driver, but it really does look like the McShady is not the car to be in today here at Trial Mountain. It looks like a handful, and not very fast handful at that, as Duffman goes wide. And Orgasmic Cry are looking to get that position back away from the Duffman up ahead. Danny having weighing up the Flinch. He's measuring him up, ladies and gents. He's got his tape measure out, and he is checking what angles he needs to do to get by the full inch. Amtrak there picking up a half a second penalty, and it looked like Flinch was going in a little wide there and has given up the position. It's a drag race, but I do believe Daniel LaRusso has the momentum to go forward and make the position. He's in 6th place at the moment. The full inch not pulling into his slipstream so far, making him stay there, and then there we go, Daniel Russo pulling in front just in the braking zone, and nothing serious going on here. Up here though, Amtrak in trouble. Pigsy up and into 4th and giving Medium GT a lot to think about. Lots of wheel squealing, and Amtrak now, he's got that half a second penalty, but he's hot on the tail of the Pigsy. He is sniffing bacon, ladies and gentlemen. Medium GT trying to be the fly in the ointment, and Pigsy goes through. Medium GT then in 4th, and Amtrak yet to pay that half a second penalty, and Daniel Russo is right underneath his wing also. This is a tight race, and Amtrak going for a lunge there on Medium GT, and Medium GT obviously holds the position as Amtrak pays his penalty, and the full inch gets by. And that's Amtrak down into 7th, being chased by Duffman. Duffman's dropped McShay. Orgasmic Cries had an absolute terrible one. He's had an awful moment. He's gone fallen behind Oban, who's also fallen behind. I didn't notice Oban dropping off. And the Rudes makes up 2 positions, which he's going to be very pleased about. But his medium tyres are causing him some big tears. Kilroy in 9th place with Duffman. Duffman's closed in now. The McShady's coming good mid-race while these guys are struggling. Is it the tyres? No. Daniel Russo's up into 4th place now, ahead of Flinch. Amtrak's down into 6th because he had that penalty. The Duffman's about his business. It's Jonty. Jonty slipped down. Jonty, for some reason, suddenly. Oh, yeah, we know why. Of course we knew why. So, Jonty in the Widowmaker. Oh, man alive. I don't know if we can blame the Ferrari for that one. Just looks like someone forgot to brake. So Jonty then in the Ferrari doing as usual, pointing the wrong way as Pigsy comes through his teammate to gain the points, and Medium GT then up and into 3rd, Daniel Russo in 4th, and now Jonty is really in the thick of this with the full inch trying to get by, and he does get by as well. So the full inch up and into 5th place, and now Amtrak making a move on Jonty. Jonty all of a t'other at the moment in the middle of the pack, and Jonty then trying to insert some dominance on the championship leader as Duffman fancies picking up some positions side by side with the championship leader, trying to fight over the toe of Jonty at the moment, these two. And it's Amtrak grabs that toe, and Duffman has to slip in behind. Jonty in 6th place then, again the Ferrari giving up mid-race. We are 9 minutes in, and my word, Amtrak went late on the brakes there, and it worked for him, ladies and gents. He jumped the position, but will Jonty get him back on the exit? Did Amtrak compromise himself going into the corner? It seems not. He stays ahead of Jonty at the moment, and Jonty is just fighting the Ferrari, fighting the Porsche, and soon he'll be fighting the McShady. Kilroy up to 9th in his Ferrari, Oban 10th. Then we've got the Rudes losing position to Oban. He's got damage, he's hit something, ladies and gents. He's hit something hard with Orgasmic Cry in 12th. He's also got damage, and he's hit something. I think they've got full damage now, and that's good. They've got to carry that damage all the way till the end. Gaz absolutely has been on form in this race, put no foot wrong, no wheel wrong, has absolutely landed every lap. A great drive for the Cayman driver there. Pigsy in 2nd with the Russo in 3rd, and Medium GT has just lost that position to Danielson. Danielson is heading for Pigsy. 3rd isn't good enough for him. He wants the lot. The full inch looked like he was out of this race, but he's back, and he's bad, baby. And he's there with the wiper blades deployed, going full tilt, full shaft there for Flinch, I reckon. Amtrak picking up another penalty as he gets a move done on Jonty, and Duffman in for a penny. And he wants a pound, ladies and gentlemen, as he looks for gappage here. Whoa, we see Jonty going for a move, and they both totally backed off there. And we're going to watch a replay of that, ladies and gents, because that was some crazy schnizzle. What happened? So Jonty goes in. Oh, he slams his brakes on, but it is a corner, so he's there side by side. Oh, he hit the track. He hit Amtrak into the wall, and I think he backed off there. And that's given Duffman 6th place. Cracking stuff from Duffman there. Just stayed in the fight. And Amtrak with that penalty, I'm guessing with the wall knock, and Jonty with a bit of a bruised pride there. Great stuff as Amtrak pulls out of the slipstream of the McShady to go through. But it's mute, because if the McShady can stay with him, if Duffman can stay with him for the rest of this lap, he can get by him on the start straight. Full inch is in 5th with the Medium GT in 4th. Daniel Russo chasing down the top Ferrari, Pigsy, and then Gaz in the Porsche, absolutely slinging his dang around. Duffman saying, hey thingy, hope all is well. It is great, man. It's always good when I'm covering you guys. It's a adrenaline rush as Oh, there was movement there. Duffman's dropped down somewhat. Amtrak's got back ahead of him with that. No, he hasn't. He's got that penalty, though, and Duffman has stayed with him, but it looks like he's just far enough ahead, but the Duffman cometh. The Duffman cometh, and so does Jonty, ladies and gentlemen. 3 wide, going up a very fast corner, and the Duffman there ahead in 6th, but Jonty as well, claiming the position, but Duffman, and it is Jonty in the Widowmaker, making it just ahead, and he stuck to the road, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for the Ferrari driver, absolutely slinging the Italian stallion into the mix there, with Duffman taking him full surprise, going up the inside there, and Amtrak fighting the Porsche, fighting the penalties, fighting the system, fight the power. Amtrak, I'm with you, man. Let's march. Not in LA, though, because they use guns. Kilroy then in 9th place, with Oban in 10th, Rudes in 11th, Orgasmic Cry in 12th. The Gaz leads this race. I know we haven't covered him much, but no one's raced him. No one fancied racing him today. And the Gaz had it all his own way. Pigsy in 2nd, but the DeRusso has caught up, ladies and gentlemen. He is going to crane kick Pigsy into 3rd place if he's not careful. And Daniel's son is all up and about the Pig Z. Medium GT in 4th with that fight with the full inch. His wiper blades are not deployed, you see, and he's got a 1-second penalty. Heavy hit for the flinch. How far ahead of Jonty is he? Jonty with that battle with Duffman and Amtrak in 6th, 7th and 8th. How will it end? We have got 40 seconds left of this race. Most of these, I'm imagining, are going to get across the line. Look at Kilroy. He's right close to that battle with Amtrak, Duffman and Jonty. Yeah, there's the line. So they're easily across the line for another lap, but it's going to be their final lap of the race. Ladies and gentlemen, Amtrak championship leader down in 8th as Pigsy he's just strutting around up there in 2nd, isn't he? Showing off. Kilroy in 9th, closing in on the Amtrak. Amtrak's tyres do look a little tired. If he puts one wheel wrong, then Kilroy is going to punish him. Another Ferrari waiting to pick up the pieces. An Orgasmic Cry, he didn't make the time. He goes through in 12th. Gaz a mile ahead of the rest. Pigsy, can he hold on to this 2nd place with Danny LaRusso all up and about his business, and he wants his wallet. I'm sure he's checking for his wallet. It's like airport security, for heaven's sakes. Pigsy just doesn't have any space. Now he's got the tow. And is this going to work for the LaRusso? Medium GT seems to have a gappage from the Flinch. Remember, Flinch had a 1-second penalty, and Jonty's going to punish him for it. He's the slipstream, Ferrari on Ferrari action as the Widowmaker comes through and takes the position from full inch. Oh, Daniel Russo's done the Pigsy. Hang on. Neck and neck coming down this corner, and it looks like Daniel LaRusso, brave on the brakes, takes the apex, and that's how the move was made, ladies and gentlemen. Pigsy with a bit more tyre wear, a little more tyre wear than Danielson, and Danielson there getting a little bit of grippage in the final corners of this race. And Pigsy just slipping around in the Ferrari. Then we got Medium GT in 4th. Jonty now up into 5th, ahead of the full inch. Duffman in 7th, staying ahead of the Amtrak. Kilroy not managing to close in on Amtrak like he wished to. Oban in 10th, and then the Rudes in 11th. Gaz then comes across the line, takes the win of the first race. Great drive from the Gazinator, ladies and gentlemen. A wee tipple for the Gaz. Daniel LaRusso comes home in 2nd place, just ahead of the Pigsy, who comes in 3rd. Medium GT gets himself 4th place. Great drive from Medium. Jonty in 5th. The full inch in 6th. Amtrak ahead of Duffman in the end in 8th. Kilroy in 9th. Oban in 10th. And the Rudes not enjoying the Corvette at Trial Mountain, it seems. Coming home in 11th with no tyre at the front there. No tyre and a load of damage. Great stuff, though. Great stuff from all. So it's the Gaz that takes the win. For heaven's sakes. Come on. I'm not going to give up until you give me a good camera angle. Is there not one? Is that the problem? There you go. I knew there was one in there somewhere. So there you go. Gaz takes the win in race 1 of round 9, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable stuff. It's been such a fantastic championship, so long. 9 rounds, and we're still going strong, still hard racing. Daniel LaRusso there in second place, getting Pigsy in that final lap, and I think that was down to the tyres more so than anything else. Pigsy in the Ferrari, absolutely superb race to get himself up there into second place. Medium GT there, fantastic drive and a super medium effort from our Nissan driver. John T again. I mean, I think he takes in an account for a 30-second spin or a 20-second spin within the race when they're doing their delta times. When they work it out and they go, oh my God, we could win this. And he goes, don't forget to add on the 25 seconds for the spin. And they're like, oh yeah, we're going to come 5th. Come on, Johnsy, we're only playing. It's the Widowmaker, ladies and gentlemen. Let's blame the Widowmaker. Full inch in 6th. He qualified in 2nd and he held his ground, but a penalty is what destroyed his race in the end, and he did what he could. And he held his own against the Amtrak and the Duffman, and just at the end there, John T got one through. Again, it was a penalty, I think. Amtrak in 7th place, just ahead of Duffman there. Ooh, out blurry. Duffman in 8th, so Amtrak getting him right on that last lap somewhere. It was tight stuff through the laps. Kilroy in 9th with Oban in 10th in the Renault. And Rude's in 11th for Gasmic Cry with a bit of damage. And did he change his tyre? Because that tyre was absolutely shot when I last saw it. Oh no, it's Rude's. Sorry. It's Rude's who had the shot tyre. And Orgasmic Cry with a bit of a shot tyre. So that was race 1, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, let us move on to race 2. I think it's a reverse grid of that we have just watched, race 1. So let's move on. Da, 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 da. It's starting to get wham now, ladies and gents. I started this stream saying, it's all right, but we are into the afternoon and that heat is starting to rise. So we are going to whip through these bad boys before I melt. Let's pause this because I'm just not that good. I'd open the conservatory doors, but I don't want the world listening to me shout, or my neighbourhood listening to me shout at the TV. It's rather embarrassing. So Orgasmic Cry then starts on pole position. Rudes starts in 2nd. Oban starting in 3rd. Kilroy starts in 4th. Duffman starts in 5th. Now, those Mercedes start quite slowly, remember, but they do come in strong near the end. Amtrak in 6th with the Flinch in 7th. John T in 8th. Medium GT starts in 9th. Pigsy starting in 10th. Daniel Son starts in 11th, with the Gaz starting at the other end that he did from race 1. And can Gaz cut his way through all of the traffic, all of the noise, ladies and gentlemen? So here we go then. Orgasmic Cry leading them away for the second time today around Trial Mountain. Another 15-minute adrenaline-filled race. Here they go. Orgasmic Cry then leads them away with the Rudes chasing him down, and Oban in 3rd. Now Oban looked fighty in the early parts of the race in race 1. So is Oban, because the Corvette doesn't look like it's much fun around here. And Orgasmic Cry, although he held his own for a while, he did sling it into a wall at some point, and there you go, there's the point. And the Rudes then is going to set to take the lead from Orgasmic Cry, or poor Orgasmic Cry. I mean, man alive, that's right at the beginning of the race. He's got to carry that damage. Might be worth just making a pit stop. He's back in the lead again. What's happened to the Rudes? I'm sorry, I thought it was all over for Orgasmic Cry, but he's still there side by side with the Rudes. He's got a bit of damage. Maybe it's not too bad, the damage. And Rudes there, I thought with him going off, that was it. It was curtains, and Rudes then going for the move. And he's got Oban on the other side of him. Oban in the Renault is trying to get the lead of this race, and we got 4 flying for the lead. And it's Kilroy in the end that does out with the Rudes alongside him as well. These two can't make up their minds as they hurtle down to a quite tight corner, and it's all going to be a battle of the brave, battle of the brakes. And Hamtrak comes in from nowhere. We've seen him do that before. He nearly bowling balled Rudes into another realm, and Oban then takes over the lead of the race with Rudes in second, Duffman in third in the McShady, with Kilroy in fourth. Hamtrak backing out of that one, and then Medium GT in seventh, because Orgasmic Cry slipped down now. So Oban is leading this race with the Rudes in second, Duffman in third. Kilroy is now up into fourth with Amtrak in fifth. Orgasmic Cry trying to level off in sixth place, but he does have that damage which puts him at a disadvantage, and Medium GT is having a sniff around the McShady. Jonty in eighth with the full inch in ninth. Pigsy, 3 Ferraris in a row, and the Gaz has made up one position ahead of Daniel Son. And it's Oban then. This is Oban's big moment. Can he keep it going? Can he keep the rhythm? They always said the rhythm is going to get you, and has it got Oban, ladies and gentlemen? Can he find his way around Trial Mountain with no mistakes? The Rudes is looking rather large behind him. The Rudes feeling the Corvette here in this second race, where it wasn't with him in the first race. He seems to be on top of it now, and Duffman coming in from nowhere like Batman, ladies and gentlemen. He swoops in there. Hey, where's my mum and dad? Kilroy there in fourth place. And he's in this action as well, ladies and gentlemen, on board, or alongside, should I say, the Kilroy in his Tron-looking Ferrari as we chase down the leaders, Oban, Rudes and Duffman. 3 wide. Duffman's going very wide there. Oban losing the position to the slipstream, and again, look at the slipstream is strong, and and wow, Kilroy getting a double slipstream there, ladies and gentlemen. Cannot get up the inside of Duffman. He does, as Duffman goes wide, and Kilroy makes the position. Beautiful stuff from Kilroy, but Oban coming back at him, and no, Duffman's still there on the inside, and Duffman still claims that second place ahead of Kilroy. Oban drops back to fourth, and it's the Rudes, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Rudes in the raunchy old Corvette is now leading this race. Beautiful stuff. What a story. What a story, from absolutely nowhere in race 1 to holding his own in the lead in race 2. Duffman, though, is measuring him up, ladies and gentlemen. Kilroy in third, Oban in fourth. We've got Amtrak in fifth with Pigsy now in sixth. Jonty is in seventh with Medium GT slipping back into eighth, and Gaz finds his way up and into ninth ahead of the Flinch. Danny Son is there ahead of Orgasmic Cry, and Orgasmic Cry looks like he's in for a bit of a miserable race too with that damage. Rudes then leads from the Duffman. Duffman was a lot closer last time we saw them, so the Rudes has found a couple of feet on the Duffman, and Kilroy in the Ferrari. Can he be a hero? Can Kilroy keep Duffman busy enough for the Rudes to get what was so denied cruelly from him in the, was it last lap of one of the, not last round, but the round before? He was there looking set for a win, and then fate took a cruel turn on him. Oh, was that a little knock on the wall from Rudes, but nothing serious, nothing to panic about. Duffman there going for a different line. Kilroy, I think Duffman's just trying to stop Kilroy getting the toe on him, and Kilroy there, he's now, Duffman's moved over, and Kilroy does get the benefit of the toe as he tries to make a move on the Duffman. Side by side, but we know Duffman is very brave on his brakes into this corner. Kilroy then just cannot get the purchase of retail of that land ahead of the Duffman. The Duffman maintains second place, but again, Great stuff for the Rudes. Kilroy, enough of a distraction to take Duffman's eyes off of the Corvette ahead of him. In then what mess have we got behind him? Johnson's now up to 4th, Amtrak in 5th, Pigsy slipped down to 6th. It's all changed down here. Gaz has moved up to 7th ahead of Medium GT now. Flinch is in 9th with Oban slipping down to 10th. Daniel Sun is not making any progress, still in 11th with Orgasmic Cry with that damage staying with the pack. So Danielson looking for a way by the Renault. Oh, the Renault's got a little bit of damage as well. Full inch then, he's moving on nicely against the Medium GT. And the Nissan may be fast over 1 lap around here, but it is a struggle over race distance. The Gaz is tuned into his Porsche today, and he is absolutely slinging it around the corners of Trial Mountain. Pigsy looking for a move on the championship leader. This is the championship battle right here between Amtrak and Pigsy. Pigsy scored well in the first race against Amtrak. The Gaz then moving on through. Jonty in a great position there in 4th, closing in on Kilroy. Kilroy then coming in on the Rudes. The Rudes now in trouble. We got 3 wide as they all come to make a move on the Rudes. Oh no! But Kilroy's taken the lead, if that is something. And both Rudes and Duffman fighting over the slipstream, and Jonty is in the periphery. So now Jonty's going for a late break up the inside of the 3 wide, coming down the straight. He's got Rudes, Has he got Rudes? 3 through the corner. It's 4 virtually with Duffman just there as well. Wow. Oh, mama. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go back and have a look at that. What it looks like is 3 cars did not fit through that corner. Kilroy, I think Kilroy there squeezed up against the barrier, bounced into Rudes, who then went on to kill, was it Duffman? Oh no. Oh, that was tough stuff. Tough stuff. We're going to look at it again because I'm sadistic like that, and these guys will know. We're going to look at it from Duffman's point of view. Boom, there you go. It's hard to lay blame there. I mean, Rudes, how could he leave Kilroy any space when he had Jonty on the outside of him? So, I don't know. Pick the bones out of that one, stewards. That's a tough one. I don't think it's anyone's fault. But Kilroy is leading, but he's got damage, ladies and gentlemen. Duffman is in 2nd. He viewed all of it. Amtrak now up to 3rd with Pigsy in 4th. And the Gaz is in 5th place. Medium GT is in 6th with Jonty in 7th. Jonty also with damage. Flinch in 8th place. He'll be looking for that, for those damaged drivers. Danielson in 9th now, ahead of Orgasmic Cry. Oban's dropped back with that damage. And the Rudes, who was leading this race, has gone right to the back. It's like he has self-penalised himself. I said self twice in that sentence. It didn't seem worthy of it, did it? He self-penalised, and that's all I need to say. Didn't need to say he self-penalised himself. That was silly. Apex Wolf in the chat saying, hey Bird, hi Apex, hope you are well. Duffman's taking the lead now. Duffman's taking the lead. Kilroy's dropped off. Kilroy has dropped off, and Duffman is in the lead with Pigsy in 2nd, Amtrak in 3rd, and Kilroy there in 4th. Medium GT, it has absolutely closed up here when Duffman saying I was sensible and kept out of that, and Duffman said out of that, yeah, and Razorback saying hi Pingy, hi chat. Well, hello Razorback. So Duffman then is leading the way with Pigsy in 2nd place. Amtrak is in 3rd, Kilroy in 4th, and then everyone else is after that. Medium GT under threat from race 1 winner Gaz, and Flinch and Jonty. I think Jonty's just been overtaken because he's got that damage, so the full inch has gone all full inch on him. As Pigsy there having a look around someone. It's the leader. It's the leader, Duffman, under immense pressure. We are 10 minutes into this 15-minute race, and Duffman's got to hold on for another 5 minutes, and he's got Pigsy all up and about his busyness, as Amtrak Championship leader there is in the shout as well. And then we've got Medium GT in 4th. We've got the Full Inch in 5th. Wiper blades are deployed. Ladies and gents, we mean business in that Ferrari. And the Gaz is 6th, winner over race 1. Danielson slowly making progress up to 7th now, ahead of Kilroy in 8th. Orgasmic Cry in 9th. Then we've got Oban closing in, and the Rudes is back in the race again. Rudes trying to make his way through, as John T now slips to the rear derriere of the pack with that damage. Duffman still clinging on to the lead as the Mercedes clings onto the track, and he really is slinging that McShady into every corner. Medium looked like he'd moved. Gaz has been in the fights. Gaz in the fights there as well. He's pulled out of it, and Flinch, who's he waiting for? Who was it that he had a knock with? No, there he's. Was it Medium? No, he's too far back. Oh yeah, it must have been Medium. Yeah, he gave Medium a good knock, it seems, and now he's. And Medium's had another knock, and the Gaz has slowed right down, waiting for him. And Medium GT he had no steering whatsoever in the Nissan anyway, and now with the damage it stares even worse. So the Gaz having to wait and losing a lot of time on his competitors. Duffman leads, Pigsy in 2nd. He's probably getting a slipstream, but not enough of a slipstream to go in for the attack here. We're coming up to 12 minutes of this second race, and Duffman, Pigsy and Amtrak have made a break for it. The Full Inch is best of the rest, but Danny Son is coming through, and Kilroy in the mix as well, as he has been all race. And Orgasmic Cry, with that damage he picked up from the beginning, is still in the shout here. Oban in 8th, with John T in 9th. These are all the walking wounded down here. Rude's in 10th. Then we've got the Gaz, who had to wait for Medium, and now he's overtaken him, and now he's going to try and catch up these other guys that are limping to the finish line. Duffman then leads the way with Pigsy in 2nd, but Pigsy now closing very much in on McShady's, and it looks like Pigsy is ready to pull the trigger on his Ferrari and put the McShady to bed. But Duffman, a wily drive. No, that's it. Under braking, Pigsy pulls through. And Pigsy is putting a huge injection of points into his championship in this round, I tell you. Amtrak down in 3rd. Can Amtrak crack the McShady like Pigsy did? Apex Wolf in the chat saying, when are we expecting URL Academy? Asking for a friend. It will be the next on my list. Yes, it's the next one on my list. So hopefully either later today or early tomorrow. So Pigsy then leads, but the Duffman comes back. The Duffman, he cometh, ladies and gentlemen, and he brings it. The big heavy engine of the AMG, the battle sounds of the McShadys taking the Ferrari there. Pigsy then wanting the toe, and Amtrak in the battle as well. Who's going to win between these three as we hurtle towards the checkered flag? Minutes away, ladies and gentlemen, minutes away. Well, a minute and a bit away from the checkered flag. Danielson in 4th, Orgasmic Cry up to 5th. What go on? Oban in 6th, John T in 7th. The Rude, so it's Full Inch that's dropped. Oh yeah, it's the Full Inch that's dropped. He's picked up damage as well. The Rude's up to 8th. John T, who would have thunk it? He was near the back, and now he's 7th, giving Oban a lot to think about. An Orgasmic Cry with that damage. Early race is up to midway through the pack. He's 5th. Danielson is heading his way, but he's not going to catch up this battle before the timer runs out. Pigsy back ahead of the Duffman. This is crazy racing, ladies and gentlemen. So Pigsy leading the race with Duffman. These guys are going to get across the line to do their very own special lap, because I don't think the rest of the field, maybe. Yes, Danielson goes across and does another lap. Orgasmic Cry and Oban and John T go across. and so does the Roods. It wasn't close at all, was it? They've all got across. Flinch then goes, the flinch, the flag came out just as Gaz in 10th as well, and Medium GT brings it home in 11th. What a shame, Medium was having a good race. So here we go then, Pigsy, Duffman, Amtrak, the top three battling it out. Danielson in 4th. Jonty's got himself ahead of Orgasmic Cry. Orgasmic Cry's dropped behind Oban, and Oban now going for a move on the Ferrari. I don't know if Oban knocked the Ferrari into the wall or if it's just very bad handling, but the McShady goes through, and yes, I think Oban had to give the position back to Jonty. Pigsy meanwhile under threat from Duffman. This race is not over yet as Duffman pulls out his last cards. He's got to play, and he's lost the toe and given the toe to Amtrak. Amtrak comes through, and now Duffman's high and dry, and maybe he's hoping Pigsy and Amtrak are going to self-explode and leave him to pick up the pieces. It looked like Duffman pulled out of the slipstream to make the move, and Amtrak stayed in the tracks, and now Pigsy's had a moment. We'll have to have a look to see what happened. It looks like he got caught on the barrier, on the apex. So there we go. There's the move by Amtrak. Absolute solid stuff there. Then Duffman up around the outside, tries to make a move, and no, he just brakes for no reason. Lets them both go. That is very bizarre from Pigsy there. Just a brake for no reason. So Amtrak then leads, Duffman in 2nd, and Pigsy dropping down to 3rd, but it seemed like he did it himself. He brakes in the corner where you don't really brake, and Amtrak looks like he's going to take the win. Superb stuff as he comes up to the final 2 corners, and it's Amtrak leading from the Duffman, and Pigsy in 3rd, Danielson in 4th. Orgasmic Cry, unbelievable with the start he had, is up to 5th with Oban in 6th and Jonty in 7th. The Roods is destroying his tyre in 8th, and they've all finished. So Amtrak takes the win. Beautiful stuff. Duffman in 2nd, Pigsy in 3rd. Strange one from Pigsy, it has to be said. Danielson in 4th with the Orgasmic Cry getting 5th place. That is beautiful, people. With Oban in 6th, Jonty in 7th, and the Roods, well, at least he's got a little bit of white on that tyre this time, in 8th. Wow. That was beautiful, it was carnage, and it was epic, all in one go. Amtrak takes the win there from Duffman with Pigsy, kind of taking himself out of the fight there at the end. Danielson in 4th, Orgasmic Cry with the damage and dead last at the very beginning of this race. He started from the front, and he propelled himself off the road in the first corner or so. Damaged his car, and it looked like it was over for him. Or was that? Yeah, that was Orgasmic Cry, I'm sure. And he finished in 5th. Oban in 6th, Jonty in 7th. The Roods comes home in 8th with Fullinch in 9th. Gaz in 10th. Gaz not with damage, but he did knock into medium, into the wall that damaged medium. But yeah, everyone from 5th down had damage except for Gaz. That was a tough race for those guys. Sorry about that, I was just supping up my coffee. Amtrak also got the fastest lap at the end there. Beautiful stuff. So one more gem to go from these guys, ladies and gentlemen. And then we can draw a line under round 9 and look forward to round 10. So bear with us. I know it's hot. I'm starting to feel it now as well. It's coming through this patio window. And I feel the slight beads of perspiration on my skin. It's hot. All right, then, don't look at the cheats. Just don't do it. Why would you spoil it for yourself? Cheats, I mean spoilers. All right, then we'll pause that because life is just too hectic to start trying to do stuff before they hit the line and do the rundown. So here we go then. Medium GT then starts at the top, and let's hope he doesn't have any Gaz. Oh, look behind him, Gaz. Let's hope Gaz doesn't give him a little knock on the door again. Obviously, Gaz didn't do it on purpose, ladies and gentlemen. It's all just racing incidences. Full Inch in third with the Rudes starting in fourth. John T in fifth with Oban starting in sixth. We got Orgasmic Cry starting seventh. Danielson starting in eighth. Pigsy starting in ninth. The Duffman he cometh and starts in 10th. And Amtrak starts at the very rear derriere. Without further delay then, ladies and gentlemen, one more 15-minute race around Trial Mountain. Who's going to win it for you, ladies and gentlemen? I'm saying John T is going to do it. The John T is going to do it, ladies and gents. This one's got John T's name written all over it. So Medium GT then pulls away with the Gaz, chasing him down. Now remember, Gaz had a very easy win in the first race. I say easy win, he didn't get any penalties, he didn't hit any barriers, which was more than most of the rest of the field. So maybe not that easy. So the Gaz, though, had a very good run, clean run for a win. It was a clean cut, ladies and gents. The Flinch is, he's got the wipers deployed already. Already deploying the wiper blades, which means he means business, but he's made a bit of a mockery of that corner, and the Gaz ekes himself away from the situation. Flinch then, he's okay, he's got the Roots behind him, but not too close. Then we have the John T in fifth, we've got Oban in sixth, Orgasmic Cry in seventh, the Pigsy all up and about his business in eighth, Duffman in ninth, Danielson picking up a penalty early doors in 10th, and Amtrak the championship leader with damage. The damage on Amtrak already. I'm almost tempted to go back and see what did it, but I can't be bothered. Gaz has taken the lead while we were looking through the field. Unbelievable stuff. It would have been from the toe. It's not worth going back and looking, I promise you. Medium GT then slips back into second. The Full Inch in third with John T in fourth now. He's got himself ahead of the Corvette of the Rudes, and he's making short work of the field. He's got Full Inch ahead of him. The wiper blades are not deployed, ladies and gentlemen. John T may have a chance in the Widow Maker. Medium GT then chasing down the Gaz, or maybe he's looking for retribution. I doubt it. He's not that kind of driver. So Medium having a look up the inside, but maybe, just maybe, he thinks I'm not too worried if Gaz gets in my way about nerfing him out of my way, as Gaz did that to me, but I don't think it was on purpose, and I don't think Medium GT is thinking that at all. But he has got a tow. Wiper blades are deployed. We are in serious business now, but John T is going for the move, leaving it very last. He was virtually in the boot of Full Inch's Ferrari there, and John T then makes it up to third. And I tell you, John T's driving with that precision that means, get out of my way, boys, I'm going for a win. Full Inch then now in fourth place. The Rudes is in fifth ahead of the Renault of Oban. Pigsy's made his way up to seventh already ahead of Orgasmic Cry. Oh, Orgasmic Cry gives the apex. McShady driver away through, and Duffman then chasing down the Pigsy. On there being caught by Amtrak, who has damage on his car. So impressive from Amtrak that he's even keeping up with the Honda. Orgasmic Cry then for the second race in a row with that damage, maybe third. I think he might have got damaged in the first race as well. So Orgasmic Cry not surviving Trial Mountain one bit in his McShady. Gaz leads, and John T goes through. John T goes through on the Medium GT, and the Nissan really is diabolical around here, isn't it? It's just got no teeth whatsoever. It's got no grunt, ladies and gents. I think it's the corners he loses it in. I think the Nissan pretty nice down the straights, but when it comes to turning, it doesn't like it. It has a fear of turning corners. So Full Inch there in fourth, and the Rudes is up and about his business. It looks like Rudes fancying a race here with the Flinch. The Flinch has the wiper blades deployed, so he is on full pelt. Oban as well closing in the Renault, trying to break that stereotype that the Renault is just a bad car fundamentally. Pigsy in seventh with that championship aspiration still alive within him. He's a what, good 20 points away, 19 points off of the lead of this championship. But so far, apart from the second race, he's finished well ahead of the championship leader, Amtrak. Sorry, it looked like he was lining up a move there. I was just about to explode. The Flinch loses a position there. Is he? Yeah, to Oban. Oban's through. Oban through then, and the Oban's slowing down? No, oh my words. It looked awkward then, it looked awkward, but it looks it's okay. Rudes then is in Oban's way at the moment. Oban wanting to find a bit of space alongside, and what have we got going up here then? We've got a fight for the lead with Gaz and the Jonty side by side. A drag race down to the hairpin. Jonty's on the inside, but Gaz seems to have the momentum. And he's going to hit the corner first, but Jonty's going to have that inside line. And Medium GT trying to sneak a toe like we saw Amtrak do in the second race. And trying to go around the outside of the Gaz man. Medium GT getting fighty there. Now picking up a slipstream from no. Gaz pulled back into that space, ladies and gentlemen, leaving Medium GT out in the cold in third place. The Rudes still staying address. Oh, what a bad time to cut to the Rudes. I was saying he's still staying with the pack there, and now he has decided to mow some lawns here at Trial Mountain. I don't even know, American track maybe? I don't even know what this track is. Orgasmic Cry then, Duffman, Flinch, they all come through as the Corvette has a huge moment. Where is he now? He's there, Rudes, sorry. Again, the Corvette stepping out with a bit of dirt on his tyres. Daniel Son down in 10th, again not making much headway in this race, and Amtrak with that damage doesn't look like he can do anything with it. 6.5 minutes in, Jonty leads. I didn't know the result, I promise you. I didn't know the result when I called it at the beginning. I didn't look at the spoiler. I never look at the results beforehand. If he wins it, that's just pure fluke. Medium doing a good job. He's up ahead of the Gaz, and now the Gaz has got a Piglet knocking on his door. So Pigsy through, and Pigsy not quite through. Gaz still staying. Gaz huffing and puffing, and giving Pigsy a lot to think about. Maybe not build a house out of wood or hay. So the Gaz then still leads the way. Well, leads from Pigsy in third place. As Pigsy now using the slipstream to his advantage, trying to pull it alongside the Porsche. And Pigsy, it's about the brakes now, it's about the brakes. And Pigsy just too damn fine on the brakes there, gets to the apex first. And the Gaz there is just staring at a whole lot of Ferrari. Medium GT then in second place with Jonty in the other Ferrari, absolutely whipping his hair back and forth, ladies and gentlemen. So Jonty leads with Medium GT in second, a Pigsy in third, a double Ferrari podium. You don't see one of them often. With the Gaz in fourth, winner of race one. Oh, I thought I saw some dust, but I just think that's the line they take through that corner. And Duffman then in fifth, ahead of the Oban. He's been quietly getting on with it, hasn't he? So Duffman in fifth, ahead of Oban, full inch in seventh, ahead of a damaged Orgasmic Cry. Then we have a Rudes with all the damage at the front of his car. Danielson just not very fast. He did a 202 that last time around. So maybe he just saves his tyres at the beginning of the race, but it's too much, isn't it? He's too far behind now. Unless he had something to do with Amtrak's downfall and had to wait for him. We'll never know. It's the mystery, as Toya once said. Jonty leads, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. There ain't nothing anyone can do about it. Jonty is on a mission, ladies and gentlemen, to prove the Widowmaker can finish a race without a spin. Medium GT under threat from the Pigsy and the Gaz. The Gaz in with a shout. This, remember, in the first and second race, tyre wear was a big issue when it came close to the end. The Pigsy making a move on the medium GT. And at the moment, Pigsy's tyres look impeccable at 9.5 minutes. And the Gaz is looking to make a move on the medium as well. Medium GT does not want a piece of that action. He's saying, no, you don't. I'll let the Ferrari through, but I won't let a Porsche through. Duffman in 5th place with the full inch in 6th. Oban in 7th, or Gasmic Cry in 8th. And then we've got Danielson in 9th, ahead of the Rudes, who's broken everything. And Amtrak in 11th, who's broken something. John T leads. Oh, Duffman saying go back. It's too late now. And Apex saying, just want to say, mate, keep doing what you're doing. It's brilliant. Oh, I should have gone back and seen something what Duffman had done, but I missed it. So John C and Pigsy, a Ferrari 1-2 is looking at the moment. As we go into the final 5 minutes of the race, Medium GT is being pursued by the Gaz. The Gaz wants that podium, but Medium GT feels he deserves it as well. He had a great qualifying session, and he's had some bad luck in this race. Some of that bad luck caused by the man behind him, the Gaz, who I'm sure isn't going to make that same mistake in this race also. Duffman in 5th, the Flinch there is in 6th, with Oban now starting to harass and harangue him. And the full inch has been under a lot of pressure today, and he has the blades deployed, ladies and gents. He's serious. Orgasmic Cry can drive that Mercedes, damaged or not damaged, but it seems he prefers it damaged. He's driven all 3 races carrying some damage in these races, and it has not slowed him down in a slightest. Danielson in 9th, ahead of the Rudes, who I am sure is being caught by Amtrak, surely. Amtrak with that damage there in 11th, 2:04.7. The Rudes are 2:05.4. So Amtrak, it's like a snail race, ladies and gents, at the back here between the Rudes and the Amtrak. John T then leads with the fastest lap of the race at 2:02.1. In your face, Amtrak. Pigsy, although it's Pigsy that wants the who wants the points. And I can't see, I don't think team orders will make a hell of a difference here coming the end of the season. John T driving for himself, not the team or his teammates. I'll be very surprised if he does pull over. And John T then leading the race with Pigsy in 2nd, and the championship leader at the back of the pack. This championship is taking a turn. How the turntables turn. Gaz then finally makes the move on Medium GT, and it looked rather tight, and because we missed the Duffman one, we'll go back and have a look, because it looked like he skimmed up the inside of him, but no, actually it wasn't that tight at all. Oof. So Medium GT pulls in behind him, and the Gaz, he who dares, Rodney, he who dares, has come through and got himself that 3rd place, with Pigsy chasing down his teammate John T, but John T is not to be caught today. The Widowmaker coming good in round 9, race 3. Pigsy in 2nd, Gaz in 3rd, the Medium GT in 4th place. It's tyres, the tyres on the Nissan starting to slip away, and Duffman can smell the blood like a shark in water. The Duffman is sniffing the iron of the blood of Medium GT's tyres. His tyres shredding themselves with every turn they make, and Duffman closing in for big points. Flinch also coming in with good tyres, and Oban also in a good position with tyres in 7th. Orgasmic Cry in 8th, but Danielson too far back to do anything now in 9th, and the Rudes slowly being caught by the Amtrak. And maybe by the end, I don't even think by the end Amtrak's going to be able to catch up with the Rudes. So Jonty, all eyes are on Jonty, because I know what you're thinking. You're thinking the same as me. When's he going to throw it off? When's he going to put that 20 seconds in? That extra 20 odd seconds, they account for the spin in the races. So far, ladies and gents, nada. Although lap 3 was a bit shaky with a 2:05, but I think that was him coming through the field rather than any kind of mishaps in the Widowmaker. And there he goes to start his final lap, ladies and gentlemen. Pigsy in hot pursuit, but too far back to make anything of it in this lap. And the Gaz might be able to catch up the Ferrari. Who knows? Gaz closing in. And Pigsy might not be safe in that second place just yet. Jonty, I keep feeling like I need to go and check on him to see if everything's okay. But at the moment, everything is fine for the Jonty. Pigsy in second, a double Ferrari podium. And it 1-2. It's beautiful stuff, but the Gaz wants to change that. He wants the Porsche up there, but I mean, I imagine Pigsy don't care because it's the wrong Porsche. It's not the Porsche he's nervous of seeing up his rear derriere. Duffman in 4th, Medium GT in 5th. Then we've got the full inch chasing him down, and Oban trying to make a pest of himself come the end of the race on the flinch and medium's tyres starting to give away, we think. Orgasmic Cry carrying that damage all through the race in 8th. Danielson never really turning the car on, did he? Never really got, I think he must have been the one that Amtrak had issues with, and Amtrak now nowhere near catching. Well, the Roods, he is there, but the race is virtually over as Jonty brings it around the final sector and into the last few corners. And ladies and gents, maybe possibly for the first race this season, Jonty has managed to get the Ferrari all the way to the line without throwing it at the scenery or taking a spin mid-corner for shizzles and giggles. And there you go, Jonty taking the win. Beautiful drive from the Widowmaker. She is back, baby. Whoa, here she comes. Watch out, boys. Pigsy in second. Glorious 1-2 from the Ferrari drivers as Gaz gets third. Duffman 4th. Medium GT in 5th. Full Inch in 6th. Stays ahead of the Oban in 7th. Orgasmic Cry grabs himself an 8th with that damage McShady. Danielson in 9th. Amtrak comes home in 10th. He did get Roods in the end, unfortunately for the Roods. So Amtrak, is that going to hurt his championship? Is that a big hit for him? We'll have to see next race. But a huge congratulations to Jonty there. Hey, nifty. Did you watch it? Did you see the grid walk? Pigsy had something to show you. Hang on. Look. Did you see Nifty on Pigsy's car on his bonnet? It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Fills you with emotions. I didn't know I had. So Jonty with the win, Pigsy in second, the Gaz in third, Duffman in fourth, Medium GT in fifth, the Full Inch in sixth, Oban in seventh, Orgasmic Cry in eighth, Danielson in ninth, Amtrak getting that 10th ahead of the Roods in 11th, and the Roods just not having a great round here in the Corvette. He's not going to be choosing a Corvette again, I imagine. And I have no idea, ladies and gents, what the plans are for the next season. All I know is we've got 3 more rounds left. Do you want to know those rounds? Of course you do. I believe they are all... God, get your words out, thingamajig. Come on. They're all endurance races. That's the word I was trying for. So Watkins Glen then, Group 3 for 25 laps. Dragons Trail Seaside in the Group 3s for 26 laps. And the final round will be Nordschleife Group 4s for 5 laps. Variable weather, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll get soggy and make that track even more harder to drive. Then in the chat, then we've got Nifty saying, yeah, I sat here quietly crying into my beer. Thank you for all you have done for O.T.H. You demand. No, you demand, Nifty. Jesus. I was there at the very beginning, Niftmeister. I was there when I saw the bloody Facebook thing about, I just want to play GT7 with like-minded people, mature drivers. I don't want to keep driving these little kiddies. And you started this little acorn, and my good golly gosh, did it grow. Ladies and gents, it runs 3 leagues on a Sunday. 3 leagues, all racing the Manufacturers' Cup. That's how big it grew. It just grew too quick. That was the shame of it all. And all good things come slowly grinding to a halt. But, like I said, the butterfly syndrome, the butterfly effect, think of this as the caterpillar. It's going through a chrysalis, and we'll see on the other side if it's going to be a beautiful butterfly or a scabby old moth. Without Nifty, it feels like a scabby old moth, but we'll make the best of it. Anyway, that's me, Thingamajig, signing out. Nifty saying good luck to GTO. That's their name, GTO. Group Gran Turismo Oldies or something like that. Bless them. We'll see. We'll see what is on the horizons. Okay, Tiru, peace and love. Peace and love.